Hey guys, how's it going? I would say good morning, but it's about to be good evening. Oh boy, I am so late today. Oh man, I had a rough night. Did not sleep worth a damn last night. Yeah, I don't know why. I just could not sleep at all. And then, you know, when I do sleep, I wake up super late. And I gotta rush to get everything done. Get caffeine in my system. All that fun stuff. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully doing alright. We got some stuff to talk about today. Not too much. It's probably gonna be a pretty short stream. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how long it takes for me to get through all this other stuff. There's it's been kind of stagnant for the most part. Like there's not been like actually like a whole lot of newsworthy conversation to be had. But we'll see. I'm just kind of checking some stuff out, seeing if there's anything I missed. Like on X anyways. Like YouTube, I can watch stuff all day long on YouTube. Finding just like some short clips on X to talk about is a hassle. I don't know. Hopefully everybody's been having a better day than me. Hopefully your day didn't start hella late like my day did. And yeah, we're gonna try and have a good stream today. Gonna try and get some stuff out of the way. I guess this is kind of a catch-up stream for what I missed Monday. I guess that not a whole lot happened on Monday, but like there was some stuff I wanted to watch on Monday that I never got around to because of time constraints and whatnot. But yeah. Been just stupid stuff going on all the time, guys. Stupid stuff is going on all the time. Everybody's it's pretty much the same old, right? Like everybody's just kind of just crashing out over stupid stuff. Shocker, right? Like everybody, like all these right-leaning like conservative commentators are all trying to kill each other over like Charlie Kirk or Iran or whatever, right? There's that going on, and then there's some other controversial stuff going on right now, kind of like smaller stuff, but that's pretty much all that's going on right now. Everybody's trying to one up each other. And there's a lot of talks about Israel and stuff like that. I mean, what's new, right? you go on X and you see this stuff all over. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. That's the news right now. It's just this person is not tearing down Israel every 2 seconds, and this person is pretty much how it goes. if you don't talk shit about Israel every 2 seconds, you're you hate Israel or you like Israel, and it's like, all right. That's pretty much where we're at right now. That's where we've been at for a while now. It's just it's a little silly, dude. I was scrolling through my phone this morning and looking at stuff to talk about on the show today, and I'm just like, this is it. This is where we've come to as a society, really. If I'm not shitting on Israel, then I must be a Zionist or whatever. Like, okay. That's pretty much all. That's all the learning I did this morning on X was just seeing the really dumb arguments on X, because that's all it is right now. There's no actual news of like anything really too interesting. We're gonna talk about some stuff, but I mean, that's it. You want a rundown of what's happened since the last time I've streamed? That's pretty much it. Joe Kent is like doing some rounds on different shows and stuff. Got a clip. I guess Joe Kent was on the Young Turks, I guess, or he's gonna go on the Young Turks. I'm not for sure. We're gonna watch that. If I can find some clips. I just want to find some clips of some different stuff here. I'm gonna try and find some stuff. I'm having to look at the last minute. I just gotta get the I gotta get the X feed to bless me with some actually decent stuff, because I've made it my stance for a while on this channel, but I want to cover stuff that interests me, right? Like, we could sit here all day and just scroll through X and just look at stupid stuff that I just don't have the energy to talk about it. If it doesn't grab my attention, I'm not gonna watch it. It's just that simple. We're gonna watch maybe a clip or two from the Mark Levin interview of Joe Kent, I guess. It just fascinates me, like the rounds that Joe Kent is making on all these shows. It's mildly fascinating to me. I should have honestly watched Joe Kent on what's his face's show. Tucker Carlson's show, but I did not watch it. I just I never got around to watching it. I saw a couple of clips of it, but I don't know. But yeah, there's a lot of just stupidity on social media right now over this shit. It's really hard to find anything that's actually like interesting to talk about. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. But yeah. We'll see. I'm gonna watch the videos I've got, and then we'll go from there. All right. Let me start getting some stuff pulled up here. Let's start talking about stuff, like actually talking about stuff, like watching stuff. I can sit here and ramble all day. Honestly, I could sit here and ramble all day. But more interesting to have it on screen, right? I gotta back up what I'm saying. At least a little bit. I don't know. Let's see. Okay. Hopefully I can find some more stuff to talk about if at all possible. All right. So we'll talk about Joe Kent here in a minute. Let's see. Yeah, so there's this clip going around of Tucker Carlson. We're probably gonna watch it because I want to see what he says, right? Oh man, dude, Tucker Carlson is so funny because he gets either clipped out of context, like people. It's so weird, right? Because he's been saying some crazy stuff, but people are like giving him too much credit on how crazy some of the stuff he's saying is. And they kind of spin it, which I mean, everybody does that, right? But I feel like especially for Tucker Carlson, there's been like a lot of that going around. And it's crazy. But I guess we're gonna watch a clip of Tucker Carlson. Because apparently he's talking about the colonial powers and shit like that. But I saw a lot of people were very mad because he said like cities are not doing so great and stuff. I mean, honestly, he's right though. Like cities do kind of suck. If that is indeed what he said, I don't know. I haven't watched the clip, but I've just read like comments of people talking about it. I mean, I don't know like how Middle Eastern cities are, but I know American cities suck ass. So, but I don't have a comparison. Like I don't have a other world comparison except for I guess like cities in Europe, right? That's basically the only other thing I'm not really kept up with like how cities in the Middle East look, right? But I do know that like it doesn't really get better in Europe. Right? So but Europe as a whole is in a worse spot than the US is right now in terms of how things are going. They've gone farther down the path of destruction than we have. But I don't know if I'd go so far as to praise the Middle East for it. Like, I don't know. Again, I have not, I don't know anything. So, like, well, yeah, I guess I could just stop there and say, yeah, I don't know anything. Yeah. I don't know anything about this kind of stuff. Like, I understand, like, bits and pieces, right? Because I've kind of went down the rabbit hole on the Middle East a little bit, but I'm not going to pretend like I've lived there or anything like that. Like I haven't lived the life, right? Which most people commenting on this have not lived the life. So I don't know. I'll be curious to see what he says. It's probably going to be dogging on the West and probably saying the Middle East is beating us on this or whatever. And he might be right. Again, no experience. Do not know. All right. Let's watch this. Enough of my yapping. Watch Tucker Carlson. Oh, yeah. So I did see this. People were saying that he's saying that Sharia law is like great and stuff. Apparently that's just a I guess people are just spreading that around and that's supposedly not true, but we're about to find out. So I don't know if it's true or not.
I travel so much that I see it. There's not a single Western city that's thriving. And
true.
They're all degrading in exactly the same way.
Is a lot of it
yeah.
just a moral decay, or is it actually true from everything?
It's a lot of things, but it's self-hatred. Every city.
Crazy.
Every European city, every American city. It's just why people lose their their will to live, their will to pass on their culture, their values, their religion to their children, their
Yeah.
will to have children. It's all gone.
Well, okay, so I'm gonna throw out a counterpoint here. A lot of these cities are like liberal cities, and a lot of liberals don't believe in religion. So that's why there's nothing to pass on. That's the thing. Because they just live, basically how they live is they just work these shitty jobs, and then they can't afford like anything that's worth giving to their children. That's the thing. They all live in these shitty houses on top of houses on top of houses, and they can't give that away to anybody. They've just got nothing because they're being taxed to death, essentially. And that's the problem. And then, yeah, they don't believe in religion. A lot of these people, like, I mean, if they have moral values, I mean, they can't really pass that down. You know what I'm saying? Like, they've just got nothing. The society, like, just living in the city, the government, and just the society within that little city that they're in, it sucks them dry of anything that they can give back. You know, like, that's just how it is.
I mean, it's not gone with everybody, but I mean, in the cities, you really see it. It's like the people who built this are long gone, and their descendants have fled, and they don't care enough to keep it going. There's just a lack of self-respect that is disgusting to me, and I have contempt for it. It doesn't bother me to be hated. What really bothers me is when people hate themselves. If you hate if you hate yourself,
yeah,
how are you going to treat me?
That's correct.
Oh man, I don't like it. So I notice it because I travel outside the Western world, the white world. I'll just be honest, the white world.
Right.
I travel a lot in the Middle East. It's amazing. It's amazing. I'm not Muslim, obviously. In fact, I'm like a Christian, flat out Christian. And my ancestors are from Europe. And so I have nothing in common on that level with the Gulf. But you go to the Gulf, and it's incredible to be in a place that has pride in itself, that believes in its religion and culture, that thinks we're onto something. And this is great. Look at what we're doing. We're really proud of this. Those people are happy. They're welcoming of others. They're tolerant of diversity. Like we always talk about tolerant of diversity. There's none of that here. Are you kidding? All the whites, we love black people. Then they run and move to Bozeman because there are no black people.
Absolutely. Send a kid to the...
They hate diversity.
They hate it.
I think it's just bad experience over here, right? Like with diversity, because we have a lot of black people over here in the US, and then you look at the crime rate, and it's mostly like, there's even a statistic that came out earlier. It was either yesterday or today, and it's like it was from the New York Post too, which is hilarious. They're like, oh yeah, or it was New York Times. I can't remember if it was New York Times, New York Post, but it was it's like 30 something, or not 30%. It was like 350 crimes or something was from black people, and then it was like a really low number for white people. It's like, that's the kind of stuff that pushes kind of that intolerance of diversity in our country, right? Not as well as like the whole we have so many illegals coming into our country and stuff. That's what ruins diversity, is when you have these people being dumped into our country that don't need to be here, and then they cause all these problems. That's it's kind of a different set of things. There's a bunch of different circumstances you have to consider. A lot of these places don't really have to worry about that so much, because they're a lot more gate kept, so to speak. Like either by like how they enforce their laws or their religion or whatever. They assimilate people a lot better than we do in places like these European countries or the US. That's the problem. We've gone soft on stuff like that. That's why it's so much different. It's because a lot of these people, they just commit crimes. I mean, there's nothing else to say about it. And then it just kind of rubs people the wrong way. That's why we're kind of barring ourselves away from the rest of society. like from the rest of the world, is because I mean, am I supposed to think that these people are good when they're coming into the country? We have all these Somalians coming into the country, committing fraud and stuff like that. I mean, that's just how it is.
And our version of it isn't working at all.
No,
like at all. So, but you go to a country like Japan or the Emirates or Qatar or Saudi Arabia, and you see that when people are self-confident, when they're really pleased with what they're doing and they believe that their system is the right system, that self-confidence results in a kind of welcoming attitude.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll be sitting at dinner in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, and you'll say, you know, I'm really kind of pro-Jesus, like I'm a Christian. They'll be like, oh, that's so great.
And they don't have the same.
Well, they mean it.
And they don't have the same belief.
No, they're
in some
Muslims.
cases. They're Muslims.
It's a country governed by Sharia law.
Right.
I mean, and they're like, that's great.
Good for you. Yeah.
It's great. And you notice, like in ISIS or Al Qaeda or like the Muslim extremists, they're all from like collapsed, pathetic societies dominated by colonial powers. They've been degraded, and that's why they're so angry. Right? So there's something about being degraded that turns you into a violent nutcase extremist. You're seeing a lot of violent nutcase extremists in our country. Not surprising, because the country's being degraded.
Correct.
So in a country with self-confidence, people are tolerant and open-minded and happy. And in a country where people are told to hate themselves, they start to hate others. Duh. This is all like very obvious, but I only know that because I've traveled a lot. And I am naturally open-minded. Like, just because you don't do it my way doesn't mean it's bad. Like, I really feel that way. It's where they're into things that I'm not into, like, I don't know, polygamy or Islam. And I can sort of look at it and be like, no one's forcing this on me. I'm not mad at you for being a polygamist. I think it's really hard. But whatever, leaving that aside. But I can go to a place like that, and I don't feel like I need to judge everybody on their local customs. I just don't feel that need. But in the process of doing that, like you get perspective on your own society, and the core problem is a loss of faith in our people, in our values, in our religion. Just don't believe in anything. I don't care.
He's
what
absolutely
you tell
right.
me. Like, I'm noticing that New York City has people shitting on the sidewalk or having sex in ATM vestibules, and people are dying of drug ODs on the street and their carjacking. You're telling me it's
I hate it
private.
because he's right about that.
It's not.
Like, it's
I
pretty
don't care
bad.
what stats you throw them. Well, according to the American Academy of Bullshit, it's actually the best it's ever been. Really? I was there last week. It's not. All I'm saying is let's treat the people who run the banks, the people who are getting rich from usury, like the criminals they are, and make them suffer, because that's totally fair. If you exploit and destroy people, you're not a good person, and we should just say that. And I think we should start by getting collective action. Everybody who's deep in credit card debt, I don't care what your race, it would be actually a way to unify the country. We're just going to have this month, we're all getting together, and we're not going to pay our credit card bill.
That would be amazing.
Bitch? What are you going to do about it? But your average person can't do that. So why don't we all get together and do that? You know what would happen if we did that? I'd be assassinated immediately just for saying that.
Yeah, man, like, that's funny. Man, yeah, so this is why I tell you guys that you need to watch stuff and not just take your opinions off of what somebody on the internet says, because so many people. So he mentioned Sharia law, right? Like, he mentioned it, but he didn't say that it was great. He just said that he's tolerant of it. Like, he's tolerant of the stuff that goes on in these other countries. That's literally all he said. This is why you have to watch what you watch, because and watch where you get your opinions from. Honestly, nothing he said there was necessarily wrong. Actually, I don't think any of it was wrong, because what is wrong with that? Like, obviously, that's the problem with places like California and New York, stuff like places like that. All these big blue states, like, this is the problem, is they've got no faith, they've got no moral, like, they've got no moral ground to stand on, they've got nothing to live for. I mean, pretty much, right? Like, their lives suck, and it's not necessarily their fault, you know what I mean? It's just the place they live in does not necessitate what they want in life. Like, it does not fulfill their goals. They can't fulfill their goals because they're spending all of their money just to survive, if even. And again, they live these shitty lives because they don't have anything. And it's awful. It really is awful. But that's if this is news to anybody, then I don't really know what to say. You haven't been keeping up with the news. I see people say this all the time. They're like trying to defend cities, and it's just not true. I'm sorry. Like, cities are in bad shape right now. Go look at New York right now and tell me if that place is in great shape. They're about to up income taxes by a metric shit ton. I mean, is that good? Do you guys want to pay more money to the government when you probably don't even need to? Most certainly don't need to. I mean, it's just it's stupid. Sorry, it's stupid. I don't know how anybody can defend that. It's entirely the government's fault. Like, how they govern these places, they govern them worse than third world countries sometimes. Like, so bad. They restrict you, they take your money away. Just like, why live this kind of a life where you're paying way more money when you could just go move somewhere? Like, people shit on rural places. Every time I've been to a city, I've never wanted to live there, right? I've been to California before, and I looked there and I'm like, this place is barren. It looks nice, like the place looks nice. I will at least give California this. I can't really give this to the places like New York, because New York looks like a dump. But California at least looks nice, right? Like the trees, like you got like the palm trees and stuff. Like, it at least looks nice. It's very, very nice, especially in the summertime and stuff. It's very nice. But otherwise, I mean, that's the problem. These places are overcrowded with people that are just not great for society. Like, they don't know why they don't like have any aspirations in life. They don't accomplish anything, so they have low moral self-esteem. And it's just it's unfortunate, but that's just how it goes. It's kind of hard to accomplish something that you're proud of when you're being just brought down so hard. You can't go out and do anything that you enjoy because everybody in cities is paying so much just to live there. It's man. Yeah, so I don't really know why people were mad about Tucker Carlson saying that stuff. And I think people are just trying to push the Muslim angle on him. I mean, I don't really think that was necessarily what he was trying to get at there. It was more so just that these blue cities suck. You know, which he's absolutely right about. They do suck. They're terrible. I wouldn't ever want to live in a blue city if I could help it. You know, they're pretty miserable from the looks of it. That's just how it goes. Oh man. Yeah, like I can understand why people question Tucker Carlson, like some of the stuff he says, but this is not one of those instances where he said something that's wrong. I feel like this is pretty common knowledge that cities in the US are pretty bad, and in Europe as well. Europe's just going down, man. Some people are starting to wake up, but I mean, I think it's too late. Really, I do. I think it's too late. I mean, there's just so much bad stuff going on in these European countries. good thing we didn't have a lot of this bullshit passed here in the US, because the thing is a lot of this stuff that's going on in Europe that's really bad over there, we have not passed over here. We've not had this stuff happen. I mean, just downright socialist laws being passed over there have not been passed over here yet, at least. Some of them haven't, like the tax on unrealized gains out in the Netherlands and stuff like that. We have dodged that, at least. If we did not dodge that, I kind of fear for what could have been. Like, oh yeah, let me just tax you on money that you could make. Not money that you do make, but money that you could make. Like, oh, genius. Genius, why didn't I think of it? I mean, that is just a scam. And what scares me is that Kamala Harris was talking about doing that. And people are actually going to elect her. That's like the most crazy part about all of it. I hate it. That's what happens when you have idiots running your country. So, and we have idiots running our country here too, but they didn't get away with it, thankfully. Our checks and balances make it a bit of a problem for them to pass stupid stuff like that, at least. All right. Oh yeah, dude. Y'all see this? This is dumb. But why is this a thing? Let me pull this up. Come on. Why is it not loading? Bro. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to get my Google Chrome to pop up. It's wanting to give me some trouble here. Come on, man. What? Come on, man. Feel like Joe Biden out here, dude. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so look at this. What is this? So there's a new Lord of the Rings movie being written by Stephen Colbert? What is this? 14 years after the passing of Frodo, Sam, Merry, and Pippin set out to retrace the first steps of their adventure. Meanwhile, Sam's daughter, Eleanor, has discovered a long-buried secret, is determined to uncover why the War of the Ring was very nearly lost before it even began. Why? Why is Stephen Colbert helping write this? Does Stephen Colbert even like Lord of the Rings? Why? If he likes it, I had no idea he likes it, but that doesn't mean that I want him to write it. What makes him qualified to write even remotely like any figment of a script? What makes him qualified for this? Like, what would make me be like, oh yeah, he's a good writer? He doesn't have any credit for writing anything particularly grand, right? And also his, like, and that's not even mentioning his politics, right? I mean, oh my god. So I imagine that's probably going to have politics baked all throughout it in some way, shape, or form. There's going to be some virtue signaling in it. I guarantee it. Not good. Not good. Can these people just quit writing my movies? Really? Can these people just go away? I want good movies. I don't want political garbage. Like, I don't watch Lord of the Rings for politics, man. Please do not bake your politics into my movie. I like Lord of the Rings, I really do. Obviously I do. I'm a huge nerd, right? So when I see stuff like that, I'm just like, it's just an immediate eye roll. And it's kind of a write-off. I haven't seen anything for it yet, but I'm just kind of already like, I don't know, man. I don't know. And Stephen Colbert, I mean, he's just kooky, man. I don't even know. I don't like a lot of these guys that do these shows, but I definitely don't like Stephen Colbert, man. Like, he's weird. He's very weird. Like, his show is weird. Like a lot of these old like Comedy Central political talk show guys, like even like Jon Stewart, I'd say to a lesser extent, right? They're just kind of weirdos. Like they just blatantly lie. I don't know. I don't, and it doesn't even really feel like satire. I don't know. It just feels stupid. You know, like it's not even really that funny. I feel like, I don't know. It's just kind of just like brainless, just garbage. I don't know. Maybe I could have some Democrats or like liberal people, like liberal minded folks tell me, is it literally just because they make fun of Trump? Like, is it just funny? Like, I don't get the humor in it. Even if I didn't like Trump, it's just not that funny. I don't know. I don't really find those guys to be very funny. I don't know if it's because of my difference in opinions on Trump or what, but they're just kind of lame. Like, they seem very lame people on the surface level, like seeing their shows, which is a shame. But Stephen Colbert is way worse, in my opinion. Like, he's just, he's a little bit off his rocker, I think. He's a little bit of a, he's a little, I don't know, I guess the word fruity is what comes to mind. Like, he's very fruity, so I'm kind of worried about the new Lord of the Rings stuff. But to be fair, like, they are a cuck Lord of the Rings with what was it, Rings of Power or whatever, so I'm not really surprised. I'll just stick to the original movies. Thank you. I'll just stick to the originals, because at least the originals don't have politics baked all in them. Like, I guarantee it, this new thing is probably gonna have some sort of stand-in for Trump, because that's what these guys always do, is they always add in an antagonist like character, and they always have to make them like some sort of caricature of what they imagine Trump to be, or what they imagine like just some conservative to be. Every time, it never fails. They always do. It's gonna be some sort of white male character is gonna be the main villain. It's gonna be a white male character who's like I don't know, he's a tyrant of some kind, like gonna have like Nazi like behaviors. They do it all the time, man. Probably gonna add some racism in there. He's gonna be racist towards, like, I don't know, some kind of race in Lord of the Rings. He's gonna be racist towards everybody but white men, I guess. I don't know. That's what they do, though. Like, it sounds ridiculous. It's just it's hard for me to put my mind into the mind of these people, but that's just how they write stuff. It's apparent in everything coming out of Hollywood. This is just how they write. I mean, why is he writing this? Why? Why do these people always gotta get a hold of everything? Drives me crazy. Okay, let me watch this. Apparently, let's look at this. So I guess, well, wait a minute, I didn't pull it up. Oh, I'm a mess today, guys. I'm a mess. Yeah, so let's talk about. So I guess there was this dude that got that Nick Shirley interviewed on the streets of California, and apparently he said some crazy stuff. So let's watch this.
Would you guys vote for Gavin Newsom in 2028?
I vote for him because he got me released from coming home from a life sentence.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
So
he didn't hold me back. He didn't hold me back. He signed off saying I'm fit for society.
What do you
yes,
do?
I would vote for Gavin Newsom.
What were you locked up for? If you don't mind me asking.
I was locked up for murder, carjacking, and robbery.
Would you guys vote for Gavin Newsom?
What? No way. What, dude? Carjacking, murder, and robbery, and this guy's out on the streets walking? What are you talking about? Oh yeah, dude. See, this is how they do this controlled opposition bullshit all the time, is they just release these people out into the street. Why are you doing catch and release for these kinds of people, dude? This guy should be locked up for a long time. Like, what are you talking about? This guy's definitely a criminal. He's gonna do it again. I guarantee it, he's gonna do it again. Yeah, dude, if a governor let me out for doing whatever I want, I would probably vote for him too. Oh man, you just gotta laugh at this kind of stuff. It's awful, it really is awful, but you just gotta laugh at the ridiculousness, right? I mean, really? Just let him out. Just let a criminal out into the streets. Oh, it's fine, guys. I mean, what the hell? He's just like, yeah, I murdered a bunch of people. I'm gonna vote for Gavin Newsom because he let me out early. It's like, what the? Why are you out here? Why? And I hate it too because they publicly announce it. They don't even care, dude. They don't even care. Because there's no consequence for these people. There needs to be consequences. You shouldn't just be giving murderers and drug dealers and thieves. You should not be giving these guys pats on the shoulders and just let them out of prison. Like, why would you do that? They're just gonna do it again. They haven't been rehabilitated. They probably never will be rehabilitated. Most of these people, I'm sorry, but that whole redemption arc for a lot of these people does not happen when they get out of prison, especially when they get out of prison. You know, they've got all this anger and they seek revenge on the system and stuff. They don't get rehabilitated in prison, guys. I don't think that's what prison's for anyways. I think it's a place to keep these people that are unfit for society out of society. That's literally the whole purpose of prison. It's not meant to fix people, and it never will fix people. I don't think I would like it if at the very least prisons could rehabilitate people into where they could be at least fit to work a job in society and maybe be at least somewhat productive. But what are you gonna do, right? I mean, it's just the nature of how it is. I mean, you're putting mentally corrupted people with other mentally corrupted people, right? You're putting crazy people with crazy people. Like, what do you think is gonna happen? You think they're gonna get fixed? You'd have to isolate them from everybody if you wanted them to be rehabilitated in any sort of way. You'd have to put them with a normal person and have them work through this stuff step by step or something. I don't know. And I think we used to call that a mental asylum. You know, like prison is not meant to fix people. It never has been. So they're just letting criminals out into the streets. That's all they're doing. And it's like, yeah, of course he's going to say he's going to vote for Gavin Newsom in 2028. Of course he is. Because he's in favor of people like him that murder people. It's just so ridiculous. I'm sorry, California, but y'all are cooked. Y'all are absolutely cooked. Worst case scenario, he becomes president. Best case scenario. Well, I guess best case scenario is Gavin Newsom just he's not governor anymore, period. And he's not in politics anymore. You put Gavin Newsom anywhere and he's going to be a problem. So doesn't matter where you put him. It's just the level of power you give him, I guess. But he's going to abuse it as much as possible to just do awful things like this. Oh, man. I hate these criminals, man. I do. I hate them. Why are they out in the street? It's just not good. Not good at all. Oh. Oh boy. Let's see. Oh yeah, do you guys see there's this new game coming out? I want to watch the trailer for it. I haven't watched it yet, but people are saying it's a woke video game. I am a gamer, believe it or not. I did originally start this channel talking about like games failing and woke games and stuff like that, but I might talk about it every now and again if it pertains to anything like super political. But yeah, apparently there's a new game coming out and people are very upset about it. So we're gonna look at it. I know nothing about it. Apparently it's supposed to be a boomer shooter game. Which, in case you don't know what that means, because you don't keep up with the lingo or whatever, it's literally like a Doom, basically. It's a Doom-like game. More or less what that's referring to, but I have not looked at this game. People are very upset, though. It's been blowing up all over X. We're gonna look at it. I'll be the judge as to whether or not it's like super woke or not. All right. So, oh god. All right, let's see it. Audio's on. All right, let's watch this. So this guy says this is unironically how leftists see the world. Yeah, let's see it.
10 recipes to please our time-traveling Nazi overlords.
Hot styles for your Nazi girl summer.
Let's get started.
Am I crazy, or does this game kind of look like what was that, Ultra Kill? This game kind of looks like Ultra Kill or something. Like I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, like, nothing really particularly, like, popped out at me, like, as, like, this being, like, it looks okay, I guess, right? That's the difference between stuff like this and stuff like, for example, like, Slay the Spire 2, right? Slay the Spire 2 is a really good game, but, like, it's got multiple layers of gameplay and stuff. This looks like Doom. You can tell it's pretty much ripped off of Doom, right? Like, just like the movement and everything. But it's like, dude, that was so long ago. You know, and I like Doom, but it's just like, why would I play that when I could just go play classic Doom and just play with a bunch of mods and stuff? Like, I don't really know what the main catch is with this game. Let's see what people are saying. Is anybody saying anything even? Yeah, so I don't really understand. I don't know. It is funny though. The beginning really does feel like that is pretty much just like how leftists see it, right? I'm guessing that's probably why the comment was made, was just because of the beginning. I mean, otherwise it's just gameplay. It's just I don't know. The game looks kind of boring to me. I'd have to see more gameplay before I'm sold on it, right? But otherwise, it just looks like an off-brand Doom. It was like off-brand Doom with like some like camera slash terrain elements of like Ultra Kill in it. I think that's why it looks like Ultra Kill is just the terrain, like how the terrain is made and stuff, and like camera. But I mean, it doesn't really look particularly interesting to me. There's gotta be a little bit more to it to make me be like, yeah, this game has replayability, this game's fun. I don't know if I'd go as far as to say it's woke. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I don't really have an opinion on it. Other than just like, because I'm just I judge games by like more of a gameplay perspective than anything else. Unless the design is just so atrociously bad to my eyeballs. Like, for example, like Marathon was so, the graphics, I do not like them at all. The game's way too fruity looking. It's just, I don't like how that game looks, but, yeah, I don't know. That game just looks like really edgy, pretty much. That's pretty much its whole appeal. Is just, oh look, it's Doom, but with just like modern edge to it, basically. Which is just kind of like, all right, that's not gonna sell the game for me though. Like, sorry, I'm not 10 anymore. Like, that kind of stuff does not sell a game to me anymore. Like how edgy you can be with your game, having the character like just give the bird to all the enemies and stuff. Like, I don't really care about that. That doesn't sell the game for me. Edgy humor is not enough to sell a game. It's got to be good. Nowadays, your game has to be worth the money, and I don't think that is going to be a selling point for your game that's going to make it have good longevity in the long run. That's what kills a lot of these games. Is these games are fun for like, they spend years developing a game that only has like a week max of replayability before you drop it, and then you go play something else. Which for single player games might be okay, but for live service games, not so much. I don't know. And then these creators end up not, or it just doesn't do good at all. But yeah, that wasn't really as woke looking as I thought it was, but I don't know. I don't know anything about the dev either, so that's another thing. Maybe there's some there's something missing there that I just don't understand, which is possible. But a lot of people are saying it's pretty, like, it's a woke game. Whatever. I don't know. Let me look. Yeah, because I've never heard any of these games that this creator's made. I'm looking at it right now. If anybody has any information like on this dev and why I should be concerned, then feel free to, but I don't know. So far, it's just kind of like and the game just doesn't really interest me all that much. I feel like there's other games that have like kind of tried to experiment with that kind of format of game a lot better than this does. This just looks like it just looks like Doom with modern edge. That's it. I think I've pretty much just described it pretty well in just in a couple of sentences. Just, oh, it's Doom, but it's got like Gen Z edge to it, or like Gen Alpha edge to it. Like, who cares? Who cares? Make good game. That's all people want, is for you to make good game. That's why people give you money, is to make good games. They want escapism and fun. That's what they want. I guess those two are kind of synonymous with each other in a lot of ways, but you get what I'm saying. Like, people don't want to hear about your politics or anything like that. And people want to have a game that's worth playing. that can keep them entertained and happy for a long time. Dude, there's some games like that that still do that for a lot of people, like decades later, right? And I feel like there's a lot more games that have been coming out in the last like few years that are just going to be forgotten, you know? And it's unfortunate, but it just is what. All right. I am going to take a quick bathroom break. And when I come back, I guess we're going to talk about some of this Joe Kent stuff that's going on. We're gonna watch a couple of clips, and then we'll probably watch a few videos, and then yeah, that'll be that. But I will be right back. Just give me just a moment. All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. All right. Let's fire on through here. I got a couple of clips from Piers Morgan's show. You gotta make fun of Piers Morgan's shows a little bit. All right. Let's get this pulled. Yeah, so apparently apparently Dave Smith went on Piers Morgan and got pounded on. So let's see what's said here, because I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really watch PBD podcasts because I don't really find them to be particularly interesting, but
1% of Americans vote for your people, Dave. Why don't you run for something? Why don't you stand for something? You stand for nothing.
Okay, can I respond? Again, Pierce, this is the level of substance.
No. Here we go. I'm going to tell you a story, Dave, and then you can respond. Because this is where I lost respect for you as a debater. Because I was like, oh, this guy Dave, he actually knows some stuff. He's doing his thing. And then you showed up on Coleman Hughes' podcast. Pierce, do you know who Coleman Hughes is?
I do. He's been on the show.
I've been on the show with him.
Perfect. That's this guy right here, just in case, if the camera doesn't see.
But what is the point you're making?
I watched this podcast. The point is this. Dave gets out there and he tries to bully people and say that he's so smart. He reads a lot of books. Good for you, Dave. But what happens when you read run into somebody who's way smarter and bullies the bully? I remember growing up in this town of Miami, so there was this kid that used to pick on all the
Isn't that okay? Isn't that kind of what happened to Piers Morgan the other day, though? It's just like, he's basically just describing what happened to Piers Morgan the other day when his wife got flashed on the screen. It's kind of the same thing, right? He's singing that in the back of his mind. He's like, shit, he's talking about me.
that we went to school with. And one day, some new kid showed up, and he goes, oh, yeah, let's go, buddy. Let's do this. And the bully goes, oh, what do you mean? What do you want to do? And he goes, no, yeah, you want to fight everybody? You want to take everybody's lunch? Let's go. And the new kid beat the crap out of the bully. And here's what happened with Dave. He's out there just doing his little podcast thing, debating, like you said, Ben Shapiro, 19-year-olds. And then all of a sudden, this whole conversation about Wesley Clark, and I saw him on your podcast about a week ago, Pierce, and this memo, here you go, Dave. Remember this memo from Wesley Clark that you used to cite everything?
This is adorable.
That you used to cite, yeah. That is adorable because your whole foundation is based on some memo.
Well, I'm not quite sure Adam, I'm not quite sure what is the point you're making.
The point is this: Dave has zero credibility at this point. Dave has zero credibility.
Well, you don't
at this
really
point.
get to decide
and he
that.
ran into somebody that completely bullied. What audience?
Okay.
The four people that show up to your comedy show at the ha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really I don't really get that. What is there something I'm missing? So people are saying that he lost that? I don't know. Like, that was really childish, man. Like, I did think it was funny because he's pretty much talking about Piers Morgan the whole time he's sitting there running his mouth, right? It's hilarious. I don't get it, man. I just don't get it. These people are weird. That was pretty bad, man. Like, what is he even talking about? Like, he's just like rambling off about nothing the entire time, basically. Like, what the hell was that? Like, how am I supposed to take these people even remotely seriously when they're doing that putting up paper drawn like props on the screen. I mean, this is what debates have turned into, guys. This is what debates are now. Debates are just people acting like clowns like this. Honestly, I felt like that was more of an attack on Piers Morgan than anybody else. That's what I got out of that. I'm like, oh shit, he's like 100% talking about Piers Morgan, talking about bullying the bully. This is pretty much what happened the other day to Piers Morgan. Like, I just don't understand what the hell he was trying to get at. Like, what kind of point was he trying to make right there? It's funny, I agree with Piers Morgan. Like, what is he trying to get at? Like, he's saying that he's disingenuous without proving that he's disingenuous. It's like, he can't bring up any moment where he's, I just don't understand. I don't understand. He's saying that Dave Smith is being disingenuous, but like, what is he talking about? Like, if you're going to step in and bring up these arguments, you have to at least like bring up something that you think they're being disingenuous about. But he can't. He's just like, oh, this guy talks on his podcast and he's just lying. He's just always lying. It's like, yeah, that's not enough. Why is he lying? How is he lying? I don't even watch Dave Smith. I don't watch any of these fucking people, man. Except for when I watch them on live stream. I've watched them in the past, but like, I'm not sitting here like devoutly watching their content. So I'm just watching this, and as an outsider, I just don't understand what the hell they're talking about. It doesn't make any sense. Explain, how are they lying? What has made you so mad that you're going out here and saying this kind of stuff? Doesn't make any sense. You gotta back up your claims, man. This goes for every debate. You come off very badly if you can't defend it and you just go in with insults. If you go in with insults, you always lose. The second you get to the point where you're just blindly insulting people without anything to back it up, you lose. Period. End of story. You have lost the debate. And it happens a lot more than you'd think, but that's just how it goes. That's how it ends. And that's how it began in his case, I suppose. Because, I mean, that was pathetic. I just don't, I don't understand, like, the childishness of some of these people. Unfortunately, the right has a lot of people like that now, and it's very embarrassing. Not a big fan. Not a big fan. I guess that's what happens though when you got people from the left coming over to the right because the left doesn't even want their own people anymore. Like people that are like center, like left of center or whatever, they don't want those people anymore. And then they come over here and then they're still like kind of woke or whatever. Which I don't think he's even that. I think he's just not. He just shoots a shot and then it never lands. Basically, right? Like he just shoots out insults without backing it up in any sort of meaningful way. Oh man. I mean, that was just embarrassing. We're gonna watch one more Piers Morgan clip. I feel bad for putting you guys through this, I really do. And I'm also putting myself through it too, and it's also terrible for me. I don't like watching Piers Morgan, I really don't, but I just thought that was funny. I was looking for that Piers Morgan clip with Cenk Uygur, and I found that, and I was just like, this is what we got over here on our side, huh? Huh. Alright. What we got over on the right side. It's honestly way worse on the left side, but man, there are some fucking idiots on the right. Pretty bad. All right. So apparently there's a clip here. This is from Dave Rubin. Let me pull it up. Apparently, Joe Kent's going to go on Cenk Uyghur's show. He's going to go on the Young Turks or whatever. We will 100% watch that for sure. I'm almost certain I'm probably going to sit down and watch that when it happens. If I can find it. The only reason why I'm just going to grab clips of the previous the recent radio show that's happened with Joe Ken is just because, like, I don't want to listen to that. I want to see it, right? It's better when I can see it instead of just having to listen to it. But yeah, let's see what here.
It seems to me that everyone agrees that Donald Trump is not Hitler and his supporters are not Nazis. So with that in mind, I'd like to read some other headlines. These are video titles from Cenk's channel. And if in the spirit of reconciliation, maybe he wants to delete these things. Trump cuts anti-Nazi program. Trump spreading Nazi propaganda. Nazis encouraged by Trump's Charlottesville response. Trump defends Nazis, very fine people. That is the biggest political hoax ever. Trump retweets a neo-Nazi again. Trump disappoints neo-Nazi supporters. So these things don't come out of nowhere. I only blame one person at the end of the day for these murders, which is the crazy person who does the murders. But pretending that what is wildly asymmetrical, I think I have laid that out with evidence here, pretending that it's symmetrical is deeply, deeply dangerous. Piers, you know this because we've discussed it on my show. Even on your show, you have found it way more difficult to find rational, decent people on the left who will explain themselves thoughtfully and calmly and everything else, while the panoply of people you get on the right who shouldn't even be on the right, I would say certainly someone like me, I don't know exactly where Batya considers herself, but people with a variance of political opinions that now broadly are part of the MAGA thing is because of what I just read you, the endless hysteria of the left that has chained up people to do crazy things.
Yeah, look at him shaking his head, dude. That's hilarious.
You want to say the worst things?
These people are so in denial that that this is why they lost the election with Kamala Harris. This is 100% why I did. This whole rhetoric that they've got, where they just call everybody Nazis, even when they're right, they call them Nazis. They just always have to be contrarians on every opinion that any conservative has. This is 100% why they lost the election, dude. This shit, people are so sick and tired of the Nazi rhetoric that these people spew out about everybody that they hate. They call them Nazis, they call them rapists, they call them whatever, racists, bigots, white supremacists, white nationalists, whatever you want to call them. The list goes on, man. And then Cenk Uyghur's just shaking his head like, no way. It's like, yeah, dude, this is exactly why. You're still in denial about this stuff, like almost 2 years later. Or not 2 years later, but you know what I mean. Like, it's been 2 years since the 2024 election cycle, so it's just, wake up, man. Wake up. This is why I don't respect Cenk Uyghur. I'm sorry, but I just don't. Like, he's just in such denial about this stuff. And he still pushes. Still to this day, he still pushes the same stuff. Like, you're so disingenuous, man. So disingenuous.
Donald Trump's a Nazi. It's so tough to say. You want to say that? Go ahead and say it. It falls on the person who pulls the trigger. But if we're all sitting here saying, yeah, it's not true that Donald Trump's a Nazi and it's not true that his supporters are Nazis and he's not Hitler and all of those things, well, then before you get to reconciliation, a little bit of a mea culpa by some of us might be valuable.
Cenk?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. This is disgusting. So this guy pretending to do conciliation, and I was going to be conciliatory towards Dave if I spoke first. But apparently, that's not what he's doing at all. So what he's trying to do is get people angry in a misleading way against me. Are you trying to
misleading?
Are those the titles
this is
of your
disgusting.
videos? No.
So no.
that's-
Let me explain.
no.
Let me explain.
Those are your
so,
titles.
No,
buddy.
let me explain. You're asking me a goddamn question, so let me explain while you're trying to get people to do violence against.
I will say this about Cenk Uygur is he's hilarious when he gets fired up. He is pretty fucking funny. he gets so mad. I love it, dude. I love seeing like his crash out videos and stuff because he's just so angry, dude. He is very serious about politics. Like you can tell. That is one thing I will give him. He is very serious about this stuff. Like he 100% means everything he says. That's at least better than not believing what he says, right? I'll give him credit where credit is due. Like I don't like him and I disagree with him very hard on a lot of things, but he's A1. He means everything because he gets so mad.
It's me. You're disgusting. So those are 80% of those titles. I've never called Trump a Nazi, and those titles are about neo-Nazi reactions. So what do you want us to do? Not tell you what's actually happening? And so look,
did Donald Trump side with neo-Nazis?
Yes, he did say that.
So in Charlottesville.
So as we've
how about you
explained
handle
on the
this one
Young
instead of
Turks,
giving it to me?
can I just talk? So this monster is trying to egg on violence.
What did Donald Trump say after and he won't even let me talk? I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis or the white supremacists who should be condemned completely. It's the biggest debunked conspiracy theory of all time. You're still pushing that now? You're still pushing the very fine people hoax now? I'm shocked even for you.
Dave, no. Dave, shut up and let me answer your stupid question. So on that day, which now we're going back to that for no goddamn reason other than you trying to get people angry at me for misleading things.
I'm reading your titles. You should be angry at your titler.
He did. Shut up and let me answer.
I'm gonna be honest. I kind of do agree with Cenk. Like he should just let him live. But this is the thing though. Like he's egging him on, right? Like. He knows how to get under his skin. It doesn't take much. It doesn't take much. But it's so funny, dude. This is like, I need to go get some popcorn for this shit, dude. This is hilarious. It's about to be the funniest. I hate that this clip's almost over now and to go on forever. Just, I'm getting so bad, dude. Holy shit.
So did he say there are very fine people on both sides? He did. So that's a fact. Now, who was he referring to? As we've explained on the Young Turks, he might have been referring to the people who were in favor of the Confederacy and came out there to support Confederate generals. I didn't find that to be any better. Those people were in favor of slavery. Those people lynched black people. So I'm not going to ever cheerlead for them, and I'm not ever going to shut
Jake,
up
in the very next sentence, did he say, I'm not talking about the white supremacists
so
or
you're
the
not going to get me
neo-Nazis
to
who should
shut
be
up,
condemned totally.
and you are
Oh man, that was funny. Yeah, I did, dude. Fucking, that was a misleading title though. I don't know, like he didn't talk about Joe Kent going on Cenk Uygur's show. I wouldn't be surprised if he did, right? But it's a little bit misleading, but I don't know. Maybe he left that part out. Maybe that's like something that's been discussed like on social media. Let me see if I can find it. But that was hilarious, dude. Holy shit. That is Cenk Uygur is so disingenuous, dude, though. I'm sorry, he is. Cause he has said this stuff. Like he's called Trump a Nazi a gajillion times, more times than I can count. From his first time in presidency to now. I mean, he's called him a Nazi forever. It's just ridiculous to me that he would be even remotely disingenuous about it, but he still is. He doesn't want to own up to it. I don't know if he's going on a show or not. But if he is, that's really concerning. I don't know, man. Joe Kent kind of rubs me a certain way. Like, not in a gay way either. You guys know what I'm saying, though. Like, something he says is just, so some of the stuff, how he acts about certain stuff is kind of, it's kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? The flip is very odd. So I guess it would make me even more suspicious if you want Cenk Uygur's podcast, but at the same time, it's just like, he can go on whatever show he wants. I'm going to judge him based on what he says on the show. But it's kind of weird because Cenk Uygur's like hardcore pro-Middle East kind of guy. Hardcore anti-Israel. I mean, I don't like Israel either, but I'm not going to be on the other side of the debate either and say, oh yeah, I love the Middle East. It's like, nope. I hate the Middle East. I don't like anywhere but America. America number one, baby. Fucking. But that's how he is. He is actually like a hardcore pro Middle East. He got mad. We talked about it a couple weeks ago. He did a poll and he was crashing out because people were dogging on Iran in his polls. And it's like, well, yeah, dude, people don't like Iran or Israel. That's the thing. People don't like either one of them. So for Joe Kent to go on there and say what he's about to say, I mean, it's gonna be interesting. Apparently, Joe Kent got Mark Levin to crash out on his stream and go into a commercial break. We're gonna watch that and see the validity of that claim. I'm not for sure, but we're gonna watch it. All right, so let's listen to this. I did not watch this at all, like any of the Mark Levin, Joe Kent interview stuff. I just don't. I don't follow Mark Levin, so I didn't really watch it. I mean, if I didn't watch Tucker Carlson's, then you know damn well I didn't watch Mark Levin's, because I care about Mark Levin way less than I do Tucker Carlson. I at least find Tucker Carlson be a little bit interesting and a little bit entertaining. Like, I just don't. Mark Levin's just kind of whatever.
Why do you think the president said he never really remembers you that well? He never really met with you that often. Is that correct?
Well, the president meets with so many different people. I mean, he knew who I was, but by no means was I a primary advisor to him on a daily basis. However, in terms of determining the threat level that Iran posed to our country, I was a key part of that process. So that was very much in my purview.
And he rejected your view?
I don't think he rejected the view. I think he may have chosen to go a different direction, and I think the vast majority of intelligence and information that he received was given to him to paint a picture that Iran was on the cusp of developing a nuclear weapon, which just simply was not the truth. And also, as Secretary Rubio said, there was no imminent threat coming from Iran against the Americans.
Well, you know, he corrected that.
There was an imminent threat coming from the Israelis who were going to attack. But that's actually the truth.
Okay, hold on. We're going to do it honestly, one point at a time.
Yeah, he kind of is. So I saw people giving Mark Levin shit for this, like, because he's talking too fast. He kind of is, though. Like, he's kind of just like talking about a bunch of different points all at once. And it's like he didn't ask him that. I can kind of understand that. But
the Iranians had observed an escalation ladder. They hadn't attacked us under President Trump.
Can you do me a favor? And I don't mean to be rude. Can you talk a little more slowly? I'm having trouble hearing. Take your time. Go ahead.
Sure. When President Trump came into office, the Iranians knew that President Trump wanted to get a deal. They observed the escalatory ladder very carefully. They stopped having our proxies attack us like they were attacking us under the Biden administration. And they got to the negotiating table with us about the nuclear agenda. When the 12-day war kicked off and the Israelis started that, the Iranians still didn't attack us.
All right. We have to take a break. I'm going to circle back on some of your comments here, and then I have some other questions. I appreciate you being here. We'll be right back with Joe Kent.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I can't really understand what he's saying. It's not that I can't understand. I just can't hear what he's saying. Right? I don't. It's like I don't know if I guess it's because it's like a radio call-in or whatever, but I don't really know if that's a rage quit. I don't know. He just kind of. I guess Joe Kent just came in full steam, and just is just kind of just spitting it all out all at once, you know. But that's just he's trying to have a conversation with him. I don't know. I'd be kind of annoyed if I was doing a radio talk show and I had somebody just blathering out like that. And it's not discrediting what he's saying, but it's just like it's just not good for show. You know what I mean? Well, I don't know. Maybe that's a hot take for me to say that Joe Kent is kind of he's just not like he's just talking. He is talking pretty fast. It's just kind of hard to keep up with what he's saying. Oh man. I don't know whether or not he's talking the truth or not. It's hard to say, right? That's the thing. People think they know, and they do not know a tenth of what's going on, right? There is so much stuff when it comes to this whole Joe Kent situation. It's the same with like Tucker Carlson being investigated by the CIA, right? We're not gonna know what the truth is. You will never know what the truth is of these people. We'll never know what is truly going on and what the truth is. We will never get 100% confirmation on any of this stuff that's going on. We won't know if Joe Kent was feeding information to anybody. We won't really know that. They're never going to tell us. The government's never going to tell us this stuff, right? They're not going to tell us what their if there's a true motivation for why they're doing this. If it's not because of the nuclear weapons and shit that they're trying to destroy. They're trying to stop them from getting a nuke or whatever. We will never know. My opinion's been pretty simple on it. They're making nukes. We should probably stop. I don't want another forever war. I don't like Iran. I don't like Israel. Those are my blanket statements on all of it. We went in there supposedly to destroy a nuclear weapon and to destroy their missiles and shit, so they couldn't attack the US. Okay. If that's the narrative we're going with, then I'll stick to that narrative. If it's a wrong narrative, well, I mean, what am I gonna do? Just sit here and question it? I mean, I am questioning it, obviously, right? Because I question everything the government does. But I mean, we're in it, so it is what it is, right? I don't know. I don't know. Like, I could sit here all day and say, we could sit here all day and talk about conspiracies and shit, talk about like a bunch of different conspiracy theories and whether or not they're true. The answer is, we'll never know. We'll never know about any of this stuff. I mean, I could sit here and I could blame it on Israel all day long. I could do that. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not true. Who knows? Who knows? The reality is, unless you're in the government and you're really high up in the government, you probably don't know. That's just kind of the truth. If you're not high-ranked military or just a high-ranking official in the government, you probably don't know. So that's just how it is. My opinion's pretty clear. I don't like Iran, don't like Israel. I do think it's kind of funny that Iran is still attacking Israel as hard as they are, even though we're attacking Iran. So I kind of see it as a win-win in that respect, right? Because Iran is still fucking up Israel pretty bad, too. So it's kind of like, well, at the same time, I mean, we're in a way, they're kind of both getting dealt with in one way or another, but it is kind of funny when you think about it like that. Like, they're both getting bombed. And we're not getting bombed, except for like some of our military bases and shit are being attacked, which does suck, right? I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, we could pull those people out, I guess, but I mean, otherwise, I mean, Israel's getting rolled a good amount. Iran's getting rolled really fucking hard, but Israel's still getting rolled a decent amount. There's a lot of missiles being fired at Israel and Iran. So it's just kind of like, I don't know. But I feel like that's the proper point to have about it. I mean, it's not like we can do anything about it. I don't really think that everybody eating each other alive on the right over it is a good way to go about it. I don't think so. I mean, whether you like it or not, we're kind of all in this together. You know, like, we are all in this together. And I mean, we're all supposed to be conservatives. Obviously, nobody likes war either, so I think it's really funny that just because you say, like, it wasn't a bad thing, if we did, like, destroy their weapons and shit, that it's somehow bad. That you say that's a good thing, you're somehow, like, warmongering. Because that's not my opinion. That's not how I see it at all. And I see other people talk about it, and that's not how I see them talking about it either. Most people are not begging the US to go to war. Like, most people will agree that war is just shitty. But sometimes we have to do stuff that's shitty. That's just how it goes. They're not begging for it. It's just sometimes it has to happen. Like, I don't think people really want Iran to have... I think most people will agree that we do not want Iran to have nuclear weapons because they fucking hate it. If people say that Iran does not hate us, then that's ridiculous. Israel is honestly the same way, though. And I think most people would agree with that. Israel also sucks ass. I think if Israel could, they probably would fucking attack us. I really do. I don't trust Israel for a minute. But honestly, I think they're attacking us from the inside. I don't think they need weapons to attack us because they're going to try and take control of us from the inside out. They are currently trying to. So, again, you want my simple take on it? That's as simple as it needs to get to understand this issue. I don't really know. I don't really know how to judge the validity of what Joe Kent is saying. You know, I don't care if he's friends with Trump or not. That doesn't really matter to me. Because again, you'll never know. You will never know if Joe Kent is lying or not. You'll never know if Israel is the reason or not. Unless there's some heavy documentation out there that has not been produced and gets produced later in some sort of like FBI Like if it's in some sort of FBI filing or something, we're probably never going to know, or like the CIA. We're never going to know about this stuff, guys. And people are just going to be left guessing. That's the same thing that's happened with every major event in US history. People always try to find a way to dig deep on it. And then they either come up with just random bullshit, or they come up with something that could be plausible, but it's unprovable. Kind of like the whole Israel thing. Because Israel could be the reason or not. Doesn't really matter. You'll never know. But if you want my personal opinion, I don't think Iran should be trusted with nuclear weapons, period. And it's very obvious by like the scale of which they try to attack like these European bases, the American bases. Like they're just willing to attack whoever they want. That's the thing. Like they just don't care. Even people that aren't involved, like a bunch of UK bases were being attacked and people were being killed. They just don't give a shit. And it's like should we trust somebody like this with nuclear weapons? Everybody says it's to defend themselves from Israel. But like that's the problem. They don't want to attack just Israel. They want to attack everybody. That's the problem. They do attack everybody. So I don't. But you just can't win with people. You can't win with people on the internet, right? Because everybody's so one-sided on this thing. It's either you hate Israel, like you either just vehemently say every sentence, I hate Israel, I hate Israel, I hate the Jews, or you're a Zionist. That's just how it is. Like I don't like either one. Plain and simple, I don't like either one. It's easy, guys. It's so easy. Just say, I don't like either. I hate both. But it's not that easy for most. Alrighty. Let's, So we're going to watch something. This is a continuation of something I covered a week or two ago. Dude, ever since I've started this whole live streaming thing, I just can't keep track of time anymore. Some time ago, we talked about this. How long ago? I do not know. But we talked about this Andrew Wilson stuff, right? So Andrew Wilson got accused of a bunch of sexual allegations. This was wild, dude. This random chick went on a live stream. I don't even know who she is. I don't even think she's famous. I mean, she is now. She's famous now. She's on this live stream saying a bunch of just blatant garbage about Andrew Wilson, saying that he was doing a bunch of stuff behind closed doors. Just short of basically sexual assault, right? Wild allegation. With no proof, just saying that she heard it from a bunch of people that she couldn't name, right? And people have been going crazy about it, as they should be. But it's blatantly bullshit. Like, I just don't. I'm sorry, I don't trust women anymore with allegations. I just don't. They gotta back it up with some kind of evidence. Or a damn good story. I mean, a damn good story. And even still, I'm just like, I'm not buying it immediately. You gotta back that shit up. That believe all women nonsense is not how I roll. Try and get my thing to pop up. But yeah, I don't trust everything women say by default. That's just how I am, because I know that they like to lie. I mean, cancel culture exists for a reason, right? But yeah, a lot of people are discussing it, and it's been pretty crazy. I 100% think he should sue. I really do. When women start dropping claims like that, they should be held accountable for it, period. End of discussion, pretty much, right? But yeah, we're gonna watch this. We're gonna watch Warren Smith talk about these allegations and stuff. See if there's been any advancements on anything, and try and get caught up on it as best as we can.
Tilly Middlehurst recently made some extreme allegations about Andrew Wilson.
Did you sit with Andrew Wilson?
What did I do now?
I just worry immediately for your safety in that moment because of the fact that he's a racist. Andrew Wilson's a racist.
That's a pretty extreme.
Yeah, extreme. Yeah. I would say most people would say extreme. Some people would say defamatory. Calling somebody a rapist, a woman just going out and saying that some guy is a rapist based on stories they've heard. Yeah, I'd say defamatory is a better phrase. Actionable would be, maybe just a little bit actionable there. Maybe you should sue for that, because that is actually damaging to say stuff like that. But I don't know. Maybe there's no damages for it. Let's see.
Claim. Do you have any evidence for it?
I mean, he's admitted on live streams before on his podcast that he doesn't really believe in what he understands the modern version of consent to look like. And
yeah, because it makes no sense and is really fucking stupid.
It sounds like she's basing this on debates Andrew has had around how people view consent today, which can sometimes be extreme how they view it.
Yeah.
I'm drunk and a woman's drunk. Are we raping each other?
Yes.
Do
I mean,
you think that that's not
think it
fucking
would
crazy?
Be, no, I
Notice she says the modern.
He's 100% right, dude. Like, modern consent is so ridiculous, dude. Women just don't want men in their lives, right? Like, they just come up with bullshit excuses so they can weaponize anything that they do with a guy later down the road. It's so fucking ridiculous, dude. These people are crazy. You know how they say the phrase, like, don't stick your dick in crazy? Like, this is exactly what they're talking about, right? This, what is this? Like, that stuff happens all the time, and you're just saying that even though, like, it's okay, like, you should be allowed to say, oh, it was unconsensual later down the road. This is the problem with consent, right? This is why you've got guys that are having women, like, sign documents and stuff before they have sex. This is why. Because of people like this.
Modern version of consent.
What he understands the modern version of consent to look like.
What separates consent from the modern version of consent. Tilly Middlehurst rose to prominence after her debate at Cambridge with Charlie Kirk.
If you want to talk about how Islam mistreats women, we could talk all day long. Like, I'm all for that.
Me too.
Okay, good. So we agree.
Absolutely,
we actually
agree
have
on
agreement.
many things.
And we should shut off Muslim immigration to the UK, right?
Oh, it's this chick. Oh. You know, I thought she looked familiar to me. I've seen this before. And I could not remember. I knew I had seen her from something. It was from Charlie. It was somebody at Charlie Kirk debated. Okay. That makes a lot more sense. Man.
We totally agree.
I think that all religious fundamentalism is bad, and if you take that logic, we should also not allow evangelical Christians.
Well, okay, hold on. So hold on a second.
What?
That's funny.
Excuse
I
me?
have described her as intelligent but brainwashed. She's just very ideological. This was a big mistake, what she did here.
His entire career is built upon a foundational premise that you get clicks by bullying underage girls or...
See, people like this are scary because the ones that are like actually... The scariest people are the like these people on the left that are like they're high functioning on the left, right? Because they're able to brainwash other people into thinking in the same shit. That's the problem. That's what makes people like this scary, is they can say bullshit and they know how to tiptoe around it in just the right way to where they can seem smart and they can get you to fall for it every time.
What?
I have not seen a single example of Andrew Wilson ever even debate an underage girl.
Who are underqualified to speak about political problems, and I'm not saying that that's you.
The women who come onto the whatever podcast are not underage. She claims that they are all underqualified and uneducated. Andrew counters this in a comical way by pointing out his educational level.
I have a almost 10th grade education.
He never went to college. And he put together this little montage of the credentials of the women
That's
he
hilarious,
has debated
dude.
to counter this logic.
She has an undergraduate in psychology and a graduate diploma in psychometrics. Is Naima. She's a senior at USC. Charlie. She received a master's degree in fantasy literature from the University of Glasgow and a BA in English from California State University, Sacramento.
He doesn't.
Dude, they make degrees for everything now, man. I swear to God, it's just like, what the hell? I never heard of that before. But it's also, it sounds like it's from a different like a country or whatever, probably. Because what the hell? Yeah, man. Can I just be honest? If you think you're smart because you have a college education, I mean that's just not how that works. You just took the extra step to go get a college degree at one of these universities or something. That does not make you smart. It might make you more book smart, I guess. At best, you might be more book smart, but that's about it. It does not make you actually more of a high functioning individual. Because I've met a ton of people that have gone to college that are dumber than shit on basically everything, right? They can't have a discussion. They're very awkward. They're very socially like awkward. They can't function at all like in their everyday lives. They need help with everything that they do. It's just like, it does not mean that you're a high functioning, high IQ individual just because you've gone to college. Like that, you just have a piece of paper that says that you're qualified in this certain field of study. That's pretty much all it does. Because otherwise, it's useless, irrelevant. It does not mean that you can't put up a good argument against somebody. Even if somebody has like a political science degree and stuff like that, you can still argue with people like that. It doesn't matter. You know, because just because they've gone to school for something doesn't mean that they're flawless in it. You know, like it doesn't mean anything. Going to school does not mean that you have a high IQ or that your point is correct or incorrect. It doesn't matter.
Just debate women. It's also important to note he will debate almost anyone who is willing to have him. People like Matt Dillahunty refuse to debate him.
No, I'm not going to dignify a debate with someone who walked in to trash talk people and be smug.
What?
And all of the things that he's being right now. This debate is over. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Jackass.
So I think we've counted.
What the hell? What was that? So that dude just crashed out on him? I guess they were having a religious debate and then he just got mad. This is what they always do though, dude. They always gotta go for personal attacks. They gotta call you. They have to make up allegations about you, or they have to just call you names. They have to attack you personally in any way they can. It's so embarrassing. He's just sitting there. He just took it. I mean, that's how adults act about stuff like that. Like, so crazy.
Honored that, but
I graduated from FIU, Florida International University, with a double bachelor's in international relations and political science.
I actually don't think that is you at all, and I think that he went out on a limb when he debated you because that's not usually the type of person that he would engage with.
She received bachelor degrees in psychology and creative writing from Ivy League school, Brown University. She plans to pursue a graduate degree in public policy. She graduated from University of Florida with a triple major, getting her BS in psychology and BA in philosophy and economics.
I don't think there's any winning, and that's, yeah. So I would want you to speak to your experience of that, because I was frankly not gonna go and sit in a room with a bunch of men who don't believe in consent.
We're talking about how progressive.
Are you kidding me?
And they're lunatics. What do you think's gonna happen?
That in this instance, when it comes to men like this, it should be a man who engages in that particular debate. And also, I was literally worried for your physical safety. I'm worried
for her physical safety because she's going out and having a debate with the guy and then probably being told to get out right after. I mean, are we so serious right now? She's a lunatic, dude. You can see the crazy in her eyes, man. Like, as she's speaking, I mean, holy shit. This is just how these people think, dude. They think just being in the presence of a man that has any of these takes puts them in immediate risk. Just because they say their opinion. Not because of anything else. Not because of any actual red flags. It's just them debating about their opinions. Just discussing their opinions on any of this stuff is just an immediate red flag that sends them into immediate panic mode that they're going to get assaulted. I mean, get so real with me now, guys. What is it?
For the physical safety of the women who go in person to these.
And they wonder why men don't want anything to do with them anymore. Like why Gen Z is moving away from women. This is why. Because this is what we see all the time. A lot of these like leftist liberal white women acting like lunatics, acting crazy. The sense of entitlement, and then just the fear that we'll have to deal with something like this. This happens to men way more than you think it does.
Podcast environments.
This is getting a little crazy. It's like, why would you worry about her physical safety? You were insinuating that you think Brian or Andrew would attack or physically assault a woman in the podcast studio.
It's ridiculous.
I disagreed with you going because I was just thinking, oh, what is she doing? Nothing to do with platforming, you know? Yeah.
So what should Andrew do? What do you do in a situation like this when someone makes a claim this ridiculous?
What I would like for Tilly to do is just make a public video apologizing. It doesn't have to be something in-depth, anything like that. Just retract the allegation, then apologize and let people know you got the facts wrong. That's all I'm asking for.
Tilly actually offered to come on my show for an unrelated reason. But after I made that video about the threats against Konstantin Kisin, she contacted me and said, I was receiving threats from that same guy. Thank you for making the video. I'd love to come on the show and talk sometime. I said, sure. I haven't heard from her since. I'm guessing that she then went and watched the video where I claimed she's very intelligent but brainwashed. Perhaps she got offended by that and is no longer willing to, because I have not heard back. But if you still want to come on, you're welcome to, and we could address what you think needs to be addressed. I mean, the only solution is having the conversation. You can't go have the conversation because you're physically in danger by having the conversation.
That's so ridiculous, man.
Destructive mentalities.
And I am actually willing. I've never one time engaged in lawfare. I have been sued, frivolous lawsuits, because people think that I'm loaded or something, but I have never sued anybody. And I wanted to go my whole life without doing it. But in this case, I will follow action with lawsuit. I did speak to an attorney. They think I have a pretty good case, but I'm going to be completely honest with everybody. If it is the case that I raise money for this lawsuit, do not get your hopes up.
It is more likely than not, even Andrew will not be able to take this to court. As we've looked at in previous videos, that legal process is difficult.
Yeah, so the thing with the legal process of claiming defamation is you have to prove that you've that there's been damage, right? You have to prove damages. So, and it's kind of hard to do that as an online public figure, like a YouTuber or a podcaster or whatever. It's very hard to do that, especially if you're still raking in like the same money and stuff. It's very, very hard to prove like monetary damages. So, and that would be the main thing he would have to prove, is some kind of monetary damage, which is just not going to be easy. So that's kind of the issue. That's why a lot of men don't go for defamation. They don't want that stuff out there for them, but they can't stop. Because you can't really sue for defamation if you haven't accrued any like big damage. Like, we're talking like millions of dollars and stuff like that. Like, you can't get work anywhere anymore. It's like, as a YouTuber or as a podcaster, I mean, you can work as long as you want, as long as you're not working for a specific like podcaster like company or something, like a media company. If you're working for yourself, then it's kind of hard to say that you've lost a lot of money and you can't get work when your work is, you're self-employed, right? So that's the thing. He probably can't even win it if he does go for it, which is so stupid. Because you know she's not going to retract her statement. She 100% deserves some kind of consequences for this. which I'm sure she's facing some kind of social media consequences, but then the problem is there's also a lot of people that probably seriously believe what she said. Again, she's a high-functioning, brainwashed individual, so she's probably able to will a lot of people to believe her, even though what she's spouting. People see how she speaks and not what she's actually speaking. People aren't listening with their ears, they're just seeing with their eyes. And they hear the enthusiasm and stuff, but they're not actually listening to what she's saying. Which is kind of the problem with these high functioning people like this. It's effective, and that's what's scary about it.
Legal standard can be very difficult to meet. That has nothing to do with the falsehoods or the validity of the claims. It's just the reality of
that's just how defamation works.
Of damages.
I'm just going to be totally upfront and honest with you. If I pursue a lawsuit, the reason I'm doing it is due to the principle of the thing. In this case, I fully believe 100% that a woman who will say these things on a random podcast is about an individual who they've never met, they don't know anything about, will pursue that, and there's a higher than null likelihood that they will paint other men as being this thing who cannot defend themselves. They don't have the same platform that I do.
That's the scary thing too, man. You see it happen to these guys and they can at least take it to court. If a woman says this kind of stuff about a dude who just a normal dude with no following, no nothing, I mean, how is he supposed to defend himself from this? He doesn't. His life is ruined. Everybody thinks he's a sexual assaulter, a rapist, whatever, and he's done. He's just out of the system for good. And they wonder why men's suicide rates go up. This is why. This is why guys Minecraft themselves all the time. This is why. Because they have no hope. They can't get a girl that doesn't try to destroy their lives if they do something wrong, or guys are just afraid to get with women because of this. And then if it does happen, they're just cooked. Like it's never been worse to be a man than now in society, and that's just the reality of it. Dating is really hard, and then you've got all of this stuff you got to worry about, and it's awful. And then finding the right woman that wants to even have children and stuff like that, it's throwing a dart, and it's like it is just throwing a dart into the dart, you know. Like there's just, you're probably going to come out with nothing. You're just going to miss every time, pretty much. There's just so many hoops that you have to go through now with the internet and stuff. And meeting people in real life is much harder than it used to be, too. Just the reality. And he's at least lucky to have a platform so he can tell people, like, hey, this is bogus. A lot of people are not that fortunate.
And so I consider this to be a moral obligation.
And his point seems to be he's very fortunate to have a platform. This happens all the time to men who don't have a platform to defend themselves. And they can't afford the legal costs.
Destiny put out a tweet saying that he would give $100,000 to the defense of Tilly if she was sued. Destiny.
Of course he fucking... God, dude. Destiny is such an awful team. Really, he is. He doesn't even know if any of the claims are substantiated, and he would still give money just because he fucking hates people on the right. That anybody with like any like base conservative viewpoints, he just hates them by default, and he wants to see them in shambles. Like, he is actually evil. I truly think he is evil.
He is under accusation of sharing a tape that he shot at home, and did this without the consent of the he shot the original tape with.
It is more likely than not, even Andrew will not be able to take this to court.
However,
no way.
What I will give my word on is that as long as there is an avenue for pursuing legal recourse, and because I believe that there's a moral obligation to do so, I'm going to do it until that is no longer available.
I can understand why he would want this called out. And for you, Tilly, it is worth thinking about, were these statements really warranted? Is this a wise game to
No.
play?
It never is, dude. It never is. I mean, it's just such a shame, man, that women can say stuff like this. And the whole Me Too movement has just brainwashed so many people into just believing what women say without any sort of question. They're not held accountable to anything. I mean, as you guys saw, I mean, like, even Destiny's like, yeah, I'm just going to throw money at this just because I don't like these people. No, it doesn't have to have any sort of basis for anything. Just believes it, and it's just like, yep, I don't like these people anyway, so I'm just going to give it more weight. Or, oh, I'm going to give it weight because it's a woman saying it. Like, well, as if men can't ever be victims to false accusation. Or to just any of this stuff that they accuse men of always doing. I mean, men, like, believe it or not, but men actually can be assaulted by women. Believe it or not. You know, it's not always men that do it. But it's just that it just got no credibility to these people. They don't care if it has credibility or not because women are always right and men are always wrong in their eyes. And it's really sad to see. I think she should 100% be held accountable to it. The problem is she probably never will be. Unfortunately, because defamation's hard to prove in a lot of cases in these kinds of circumstances. And these women will never be held accountable for it. And, yeah. Just a sad state of affairs for men nowadays. It really is. It's devastating for guys. Oh, man. That's crazy. I just can't, I didn't know if he made a statement or not about whether or not he was going to take her to court. I mean, it's just really, I'm going to be honest, he says he's going to do it for a moral value to prove a point, but I mean, it's probably not really going to prove a point. Because we've seen this happen time and time again, and it doesn't really fix anything, right? I don't think he should do it. I don't think he should sue her. I think it's a waste of money. Because these women aren't going to change. They know that they've tapped into this power of being able to lie their way out of stuff, and they're just going to keep weaponizing it again and again and again. So it's inevitable. So I really just don't think he should use his money. I don't think he should. I think he should just say, yep, this is not true, and then go on with it. I would love it if he sues, but he's not going to win it. It's just such a high bar to pass. And I don't think he's suffered a substantial enough damage to prove his case at all. But yeah, she's a lying see you next Tuesday, and that's it. She's obviously full of it. She can't back up any of her claims. When we watched her last time, when we watched her full statement, she said that she couldn't even name the victims of the supposed, like, accusations that she was throwing out there. So she's obviously full of it. She just doesn't like people on the right, so she just thinks that they're all a bunch of monsters. She thinks that all the men on the right are a bunch of monsters that want to do horrible stuff to women because they don't see things the same way she does. The way she sees it is pretty much she wants to weaponize accusations against men whenever she wants. And that's pretty much how these people see a lot of this stuff. If you don't like a man, you should be able to say that he did bad stuff to you, and you should be able to get away with it, and you should be able to ruin men's lives. That's pretty much the opinion she has on it. And she's horrible for it. Plain and simple. Terrible. And the unfortunate thing is that people believe her, and they probably will keep believing her because these people are sick weirdos. They don't understand what they're doing when they give weight to this stuff. That's why it's always funny when it comes back and bites them in the ass. Like, you see these guys, and they're all about modern feminism and stuff like that, and Me Too and stuff, and then they get canceled, and then all of a sudden, it's not that funny anymore, and all of a sudden, it sucked. Like, I guarantee it, if something like this happened to Destiny, I guarantee it, he would not be happy about it. But it hasn't happened to him yet, so he doesn't understand giving value to these women. They, trust me, most certainly they'd want to do it to him too. And you never know, it might happen to him too. You never know. That's just how it goes. They'll go after any guy that they can for whatever reason that they want. And it's tragic. It really is. It's tragic. All right, guys. It is getting kind of late for me. It's almost 2 p.m. and I gotta get some videos edited and whatnot. So, I do believe, even though I do have more stuff I wanted to watch, I'm probably gonna have to call it for today, so I can get stuff made for YouTube. I will try and stream earlier on Friday. I'm not gonna be able to stream tomorrow. I'm gonna stream on Friday for sure. And we'll go from there. Hopefully some crazy stuff. Well, I don't want crazy stuff to happen, but at the same time, guys, it is content. It is stuff for us to talk about. So I don't want World War III to happen, but man, it's content gold. All right. But yeah. If you're watching on YouTube, go check out Kick. If you want to watch the stream over there, got a less restrictive chat over on Kick, so you can go check that out. I will always be on Kick. Regardless of anything, any censorship or anything that happens on YouTube, I will be on Kick always. So go check out Kick. If you're on Kick, go check out the YouTube content if you're interested in shorter content. And yep, go check out my Instagram if you want to watch my shorts over on Instagram. Go check out my X if you want to see, if you want to keep updated with the live streams. Also go check out Discord if you want to keep updated with the live streams, and also go check out our community over there. And you can also send clips and stuff you want me to react to certain content over on the Discord. And with that, the show must come to an end, guys. Unfortunately, it must come to an end. I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. I know I did. I had a good time laughing at stupid stuff. Of course, as always. And I will see you guys next time.